Well, it's finally happening. Tyler Reddick is being bought out from Richard Childress Racing by 23XI, as he will now join the team for the 2023 season. However, it's sounding like this may be trouble for Kurt Busch. According to NASCAR writer Lee Spencer, Tyler Reddick's contract has already been bought out from RCR, and he will be racing for 23XI for team owners Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. So that big announcement will apparently be coming soon this weekend at Vegas. Earlier in the 2022 season, Tyler Reddick announced he would be leaving Chevy's RCR for Toyota's 23XI. Well, sort of, after it was leaked out for basically the entire world to know before any word got out to team owner Richard Childress, and he was not happy about that, as we all know. In retaliation to the way Reddick left RCR, Childress went out and made a massive splash and signed one of NASCAR's all-time great drivers, Kurt Busch, who was part of Joe Gibbs Racing, a successful Toyota team that he was a part of for 15 years, in an iconic 18 car, M&M's car, where he won 2 championships, more than any active driver. So Childress got his revenge with that big announcement and press conference he held with Kurt Busch, just totally rubbing it in everyone's faces. Tyler Reddick, Joe Gibbs, and Toyota. RC claimed he still planned to keep Reddick for the 2023 season, but I called his bluff, as it was pretty obvious that he couldn't announce that he'd be buying out Reddick the same day, or relatively around the same time he announces the Kurt Busch signing. Like, safe to say it was going to happen in due time, like we all knew, or at least, I figured that's what he was just bluffing. Now, let's fix our focus onto Kurt Busch and what this means for his future. So as we know by now, Busch's season came to an unfortunate, unexpected, and early end after he was placed under concussion protocol after a July 23rd crash at Pocono Raceway. Man, it sucks so bad. Like, you're really pulling for him to come back, and you know he was working his ass off this whole time trying to come back. But what makes it worse is that the 45 car was really surprising people later in the season with shocking speed. Let's not forget, Kurt was in playoff contention after winning at Kansas Speedway. Like, who knows what kind of legitimate run he could have went on. Like, could he have cracked the top 8? Who knows? Would have been huge for 23XI. But quick reminder that 98% of you watching this right now are not subscribed to the channel yet, so click that subscribe button, 100% free and easy. Click that notification bell as well so that you never miss any new content, and smash away at that like button. Thanks for doing that real quick. Now let's get right back into it. But Joe Gibbs' grandson Ty Gibbs filled in for him. Technically Bubba Wallace now that he's temporarily in the 45 car, and Gibbs moved over to the 23. But now that Kurt Busch is leaving Joe Gibbs Racing for good, Ty Gibbs will most definitely fill in for the 18 car next season in 2023 and be promoted to a full-time Cup Series position. Whether, many people agree with that or not, that's up for a debate, but that's most likely what will happen. And now that Tyler Reddick is coming over to 23XI next season, that means he's taking over the 45. 100%. So we know for sure Bubba Wallace is going nowhere. Like, he's the face of that brand. That's not even a conversation. And it's highly unlikely 23XI will hold the 3rd car next season. What is it going to cost for another charter? $20 million? Although that would be awesome, obviously for Kurt Busch, even if it's part-time. But the truth of the matter is, Kurt Busch most likely will be retiring, which is very sad. I honestly don't think his mind is on that right now, but I think it will take a while to really clear his mind and say, like, what is best for my own health and for the people around me who care about me. As much as he wants to race, and as much as we all want to see him race, like, man, it kills me that it's going to come to this, but man, it just sucks, man, because we're talking about a guy who was on the downhill side of his career, getting to the end of it, but he still has some stuff left in the tank, and it really marks the end of an era. Kurt Busch is the last driver to have raced in the Cup Series with Dale Earnhardt. Just think about that. Like, and other than Kevin Harvick, Kurt is your last driver who raced back in those days. It's pretty sad to think about, but hey, he had a good run. He was having a solid season after it being cut short, but that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate your time. Comment on what you think of Kurt Busch's future and Tyler Reddick joining 23XI for 2023. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed, and subscribe to stick around for more NASCAR content. See you in the next one.